What's up, everybody? It's your girl Ericka from the Classy Con blog. I'm gonna be on the road, so if you want to complain about the sound and the noise, good luck on that. Anyways, I was gonna do a whole at my desk live about credit card fraud this week. I was gonna do a whole video. And I said, nope, we're not gonna do a whole video on that. We're gonna just discuss some of the things. Now, first things first. You see the title of the video. Oh my goodness, it's crazy out here. You guys make sure you drop your city and state and hit the like button. Help your girl out. Now, first of all, there are two Asian students who were basically caught stealing credit card information off the internet from multiple states. So I think both guys are Vietnamese. I have the picture. I'll put it up in my blog because I'm writing a whole thing about how we've gone credit card crazy. Two Asian students they got credit card numbers from Texas, California, Tennessee, and I think Maryland to pay for college tuition. What got them caught is the fact that when people start, hey, my card has mysterious charges in this one area, and my card has mysterious charges to a college. Like, I don't know how one of them slipped through the crack and it charge went to a college, the college they were attending, and they caught them. So now these boys, of course, they're going to get probation. They're going to get a slap on the wrist, some kind of credit card fraud. But imagine kids, and I'm calling them kids loosely, but grown men in their 20s, early 20s, 1920, stealing credit card information so they can afford college. Now, look, I get it. You come to America and you want the American dream, but stealing credit card information to do so? That's crazy. Now, there was another Asian group that was going around through the state of Texas. I think they're also Vietnamese, honestly. And they've basically been doing the rounds at Lowe's, Home Depot, all that stuff. And so I had all these newspaper articles like sitting up there ready for me to discuss. But I was like, I don't want to go too negative today, but I have to. And last but not least, a young man named Chad. Black man working at an SEO company. And this is how crazy it is. He works at an SEO company as an SEO specialist and decides to get his hands on. So this isn't some like goober off the street, okay? This is a kid with some skills. Gets his hands on the company account because, when you set, and this is part of why I've been so hesitant letting another company do all my stuff. When you do SEO or you do social media, any of these things, and you have to give the company your logins and your credit card information. Yes, I'm about to talk about Baltimore right now. I'm talking about Baltimore right now, Charm City. You have to give them your information for them to do the work. So that's why people are like, Ericka, just hire assistants. Just hire all these people. You have to be careful who you hire because you are giving them access to critical data. Homeboy not only had access to this business's critical data. Y'all, I'm at a stoplight, but somebody just said nobody in Baltimore even heard of this dude, right? Okay. And he had access. I mean, like, this is how mind-blowing this is. He had access enough to get $4 million off of the company before they even noticed. And he chooses to buy a billboard in New York City where even people in New York that looked up said there's an awkward, ugly billboard in New York. He bought billboards in Baltimore. He bought like bus stop signs. He bought streaming ads. He bought all this crazy mess. And people are like, who is this guy? I never heard of him. Who? And I'm mind blown because he even started doing videos, right? He even started like Gary V documenting like, yo, if you want to be a rapper and you want to be famous, you got to be able to streamline. You spend about $300,000 and you can be famous. And I'm like, but that's just it, bro. Nobody knows you. You spent he's got a video with a bunch of girls around him, like the worst low budget strippers around him. And I'm like, if you gonna steal, baby, come on, man. Come on, y'all. We got to do better than this. This is like just too much. Charm City buyers, you're a moderator now, so you ought to be able to put your link in the chat. Put your links in the chat. Put the Charm City buyers link in the chat. You're a moderator now. But listen, I am all about studying your craft, studying how business works. But this is a prime example, twofold, because some of y'all have been very hilarious in sending me messages about this guy in Baltimore. They're like, Ericka, do you watch the show Ozarks? I said, yes, I watch the show Ozarks. This happens all over the nation. Now, old boy could have got that $4 million, took that cash and ran it through a business and made it clean. Now, I'm not advocating you do that. Okay, this is CYA, consult your attorney, consult your accountant. Don't let the FBI get you, because Ericka didn't tell you to do it. I'm just telling you, if you watch the show Ozarks, people get weird, funny money all the time. But to literally take the money and directly buy ads with it that would trace back to you, that's dumb. That's dumb on new levels, y'all. That's dumb on levels I don't even know of. Dumb. Like I ain't never even heard somebody be that stupid. Because last time, if somebody told me I had access to $4 million, the last thing I would be doing is trying to be a rapper. I mean, if he was even half smart as he thought he was, he'd have bought one rental through some old grandma. Somebody ran some cash through somebody. And this is my point. It's all about mindset. There's money all over America. Now, we didn't say steal the money, but there's money all over America. There's money all over America. There's money all over America. And you can have access to it. But you have to have the mindset. Gary Vee out here telling y'all, document the journey, invest in yourself, spend money. Like, I love Gary Vee, don't get me wrong. Oh, there was a point in my journey where I was like, Gary Vee every day. Gary Vee. But then I realized, look at where Gary Vee is in his journey. Gary Vee's doing all this documenting because he works with big name companies. Grant Cardone is selling to you directly. He like, give me your money. Gary Vee's doing all this dog and pony show for the big money. Grant Cardone's like, give me your money, okay? But this is a clear case of Ryan Leslie already laid out what you should do as a rapper. Mos Def, all these artists that had to go independent on the backside of their career, it's very simple, but it's boring. It's not flashy. It's a membership website. Put out music. Go do tours in small little places. Run Spotify ads and keep doing it. Right now, there are artists I bought whole albums, right? Like literally physical copy CDs from, because they had a YouTube ad running between something I was watching. I go, oh, I like that. Go to the website, click it, and buy. There are so many people I've watched, and they were like coming to Austin, Texas, because I knew they were doing Spotify ads. So I click it, and sure enough, it's already sold out. Event sold out. Event sold out. So there's a way to make it. It's just not sexy. It's boring. It's consistent. It's the thing you need to do, right? And that's the problem in the community right now. We have all these people want to do real sexy things. SEO, credit repair, all this other stuff. That's why I backed away from a lot of it, because I said, you know what? When it's starting to get sexy, it ain't worth it to do it. Because they're missing the message. They missed the whole point of it. Like, a lot of people out here like, I got a 750 credit score, Ericka. I got an 850. I got an 8. Oh my God. And I'm like, what are you going to do with it? I don't know. I don't even know. So you're missing the whole point of what you're supposed to be educating yourself, learning how to use credit as a tool. It's just a tool, baby. Do you know how many phone calls I receive from people who got an uncle, cousin, brother, somebody who got an extra $50K, and they're like, Ericka, what should I do? I'm like, baby, you don't be calling me with these kind of calls, okay? It'd get us both in trouble. But if I were you, I would go invest in something that I can buy cash. You dig? Clean it up, baby. Clean it up. And that's the problem. We have people who want to do the sexy thing, but then stuck. Listen, this whole YouTube purge, a lot of guys that I've talked to that are doing these channels, they are married, but telling you not to get married. They got kids, telling you not to have kids. They got a whole family with a whole house with bedrooms, but telling you to do something completely opposite of what they're doing. Okay? That is game on top of game. Okay? And y'all sitting here like, oh yeah, they telling the truth. So this purge is just getting rid of people who, let's be honest, a lot of these people, they're talking this talk, but they're not walking this walk. They're talking big trash, and they got a big booty Betty that came with a single mama. Okay? And what's happening is all the flash is going out the bubble. The next 2 years, what you're going to see, and sounds terrible. It sounds terrible. But you're going to see a lot of little companies go under. You're going to see a lot of little stuff. Like, I'm here in Austin. Austin is booming. We got people moving here every day, but it is dead right now. It's the 3 weeks in summer where the college students graduate and leave. So if you're like a picker, what do you call it? It's 105 y'all here. It's 30 lights. Help me out. If you're a picker, like if you pick up, off the side of the road, stuff, and you resell all that good stuff, because there's a guy out of Austin, famous YouTube channel. He's picking right here in Austin. His whole videos are that. And he's even doing a video right now where he's driving around campus and all these apartments where the college students live and picking up whole furniture because the kids leave. So right now, even though it looks like I'm stuck in traffic, like everybody who lives here full time is coming downtown because it's like, oh my God, you can park anywhere. The students are gone. And it only lasts really briefly. It's like a 3-week period where the traffic is different and they're gone. But that's just it. When they're gone, you can see what businesses struggle. You can see what companies ain't gonna make it. You can see what bars just shut down. What dance places just shut down. The little, they call those little things, the birds, the little scooters they leave all over town. They just out here baking in the sun because ain't nobody riding them. Except for tourists, right? And so this is what's happening with YouTube. If you pull the curtain back, you see a lot of people who have been holding on by the skin of their teeth and silly videos and the stupid stuff gonna go away anyway. Right? So, same thing with this whole Instagram fakery. They out here maxing all their credit cards. I even had listen. YouTube kicked me off, y'all. Y'all saw that, right? I'm back. It's 101 of y'all here. I got dropped for a second and now I'm back. So hopefully y'all still here. If not, hey. But what I was going to say is, what you see is you can only play the game for so long. Now, what do I mean by that? Play the game for so long. You can only pretend so long. You have to at some point show results. And that's why I didn't want to lead the video off too negative about credit cards and talk about credit cards. Exactly here, right? And what's the problem is you have to show results. So literally one of his songs that he did all this stuff for only got 1,000 views on YouTube. So he did all this marketing and spent all this money for something that just wasn't good. It wasn't quality. Now look on the opposite side. Lil Nas X bought a beat, did a few things, and made a song that's now going, 7x platinum or 9x platinum on TV, doing road shows. Dude, he was just at a middle school in front of 5th graders singing Old Road. Gonna take my horse down the old toll road. And to somebody, they'd be like, oh, I'm too famous to go to a middle school. No, this kid might be his only 15 minutes of fame is this one song with Billy Ray Cyrus, which was his song first, and Billy Ray came on the remix. But literally, you have to do that grind work. You have to do that work that's unattractive. And that's the problem. So many people are out here trying to buy ads, trying to buy favor. And I'm telling y'all, pay attention, yo. 37 million credit cards are 90 days late. Okay? I mean, this is just what it is. So my whole thing to y'all is to always present a real deal, right? Like the whole reason I'm doing the YouTube course, the whole reason I'm doing the funding and the credit investment app is because it ain't about me. Y'all take this information and you can run with it. You know what I mean? And that's the sad part is these people, it's like they're mimicking what they see, but they're not getting the mindset change. If nothing else, just get the mindset change on it. Do you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all understand where I'm going with this, but I hope that when I'm out here producing these videos and you guys see me working, like somebody kept commenting on last week when I was showing about with the trucks, because there's so many trucks I have to do it all at one time, and it's like, something that would take 30 minutes going to take an hour and 30. Something that's going to take 30 minutes on a few phone calls takes longer. And people are like, oh, that's not really passive. Y'all are delusional about this passive income. It's going to take some activity in the beginning. Even people who do real estate, I don't care if you completely renovate a whole house. I don't know, Kara can chime in the comments. You renovate a house, there is still going to be some problem. Somewhere, whether it's the tenant did it or something happens, you're going to still have to do some type of repair somewhere in the future, whether it's 6 months from now or a year from now. And people act like, well, you know, I just want to set it and forget it. I don't want to ever look at it again. I just want to, well, go buy a piece of land and don't do nothing to it. Just let it sit off in the forest. Because that's just not how it works. And so I see a lot of people really focused on credit cards, and it's just a tool. It's just a tool. Like, there's a couple people right now, I love them to death on Instagram, but they are gassing you up on this credit card mania. And even in their comments, people are like, well, how do you pay the credit card off? Yo, you watching this dude, you doing all that, and you don't have no kind of game plan? Like, that tells me, you know what they're gonna do with the credit card? They're gonna do it, they're gonna go take trips and vacations and bullshit. Because if they're asking him on a public chat, how do you pay it off? They missed the whole lesson. These credit cards are just to fuel your business. And people go, what made you so passionate about this, Ericka? I would work jobs and people would be like, oh, why are you here with us? Why don't you go use some of them smarts? You know, just stupid mess people would say to me. And I'd be like, okay, Lord, I'll never, ever want to work in another environment where I feel like the people are dumb and I'm wasting my day. Or I have a manager who's done, or my day is affected by somebody's bad attitude. I mean, I used to work at one place and it was like, if she had a bad attitude that day, we all were miserable. And I was like, I will never, ever, I mean, she was a perfectionist too at that. Let's keep it above. Like, she was a weird perfectionist boss. She'd come and check your desk and look behind you over your shoulder while you email and stuff. You'd be like, girl, it just ain't that serious. Please go find something for yourself to do. But I said, I'll never be in that position again. I'll just never be in that position again. And how do you not be in that position? You have to change your mindset. Like, this isn't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And that's true. Everybody, all the comments that people have been saying on Instagram this week, I agree. Entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. You know, but investing is. And my whole point to this thing is, Chad, even though he illegally did it, he got $4 million and then did what with it? Because the mindset is dumb, yo. The mindset is messed up. That's the most critical part of this whole thing, is the mindset. Y'all will be out here making a mess of your life if all you do to watch me is figure out, oh man, I'm gonna fix my credit so I can get all these credit cards. I'm gonna be balling. Like, that's crazy. If you're asking me how to pay back the credit cards, you don't need them. Because that means you don't have no plan. That's what that means, y'all. I mean, it's just a tool. It's just a tool. You know? Anytime somebody talk about, yeah, I got a Shopify site, Ericka, but it didn't work. Shopify is just a tool. And I know, listen, I get it. You know, there's a lot of people on YouTube with hundreds of thousands of subscribers telling you whatever they want, but you'll never come back and say, Ericka lied to you, because I won't. It ain't no point. Come on, man. This is crazy. You know, with $4 million, let me tell you, this is a prime example, and I'm not knocking Dr. Boyce. I have no ill will to Dr. Boyce. This is just an example. Dr. Boyce was complaining about having spent $500,000 on Facebook. And my first thing to him, in my mind, is, why spend $500,000 on Facebook when you could have spent $500,000 on YouTube in ads and been the next Ty Lopez? Because Ty Lopez started out with $100,000. Six-pack abs Mike Chain started out with spending $40 a day. You know what I mean? Like, this platform has way more space and bandwidth than Facebook. But see, people want to do what's popular. I'm gonna do Facebook ads. But is that where your market is? Is that where you need to reach people? Right? Because when I go on Facebook, I be on there for the silly sometimes. I don't be on there for serious. So all these things, I'm just trying to get you guys to understand the mindset isn't critical. It's just tools. All these things are just tools in a tool belt. Now, what I'm seeing, and I think Glenn and Cameron and a few other people have spoke on it, it is like 2008 again. It's not like it is with it's not like how it is. Hold on. Remove. You're blocked. I don't even know what that was about, but you're blocked. It's not like 2008 when you could do ninja loans, what we call no income, no, you just saying whatever, and then you get approved for a mortgage. It's more like, instead of the housing loans, it's like credit cards. Like I literally have made a folder on my computer of how many times Capital One and a couple other companies have sent me approvals for a vehicle. I'm pretty sure I'm at 100 emails for the past 2 years they've sent me on, hey, you're approved, you're approved, you're approved. Like, get out of my inbox. Are you for real right now? So I can see why people have, even in Austin, I'm seeing people with brand new cars having to Uber and Lyft. Now, there's nothing wrong with Uber and Lyft, but if you got a brand new car with 30-day tags and you have to Uber and Lyft so you can afford the car, you didn't need the car. Like, just straight up, you didn't need the car, period. And same with, there was an article, people were like getting on their feelings about it, about the fact that, after 12 years out of college, the average, white guy, is, 44% of white guys pay off their student loan debt, and the average black woman's student loan debt is higher. Well, it's called paying it down. It's called people keep deferring it until they don't pay it. These things are all tools, and it's just up to you to use them wisely. And I don't want you getting lost in this, this of like, I'm gonna work on my credit so I can buy a house. Is that for you right now? Is that for you? So again, I don't know anybody 30 years old that get their hand on $4 million that's trying to be a rapper. You got to think bigger than that, bro. It's a mess. It's a mess. But I mean, when I tell y'all watch American Greed, please watch it. It'll blow your mind. Every day of the week, you'll be like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? That don't even make good sense. And then, like, to me, if he's a marketer and he's an SEO specialist and he can't market himself with $4 million in advertising, then it's just not a good product. Yeah, that's just really the real on real. It's just not a good product. If you spend $4 million and nobody in Baltimore, now I'm not knocking Baltimore. I don't know how big Baltimore is. Curious, somebody in the comments, tell me how many people live in Baltimore. Oh, it froze. I was saying watch American Greed. Somebody tell me how big Baltimore is in the comments. That'll help me out. Tell me how big, how many people, how many, millions of people or whatever the population of Baltimore is. Please help me out. Population of Baltimore. 650,000, that's it? My hometown's half that size. That's cray-cray. Okay, that's crazy. So, because in his video, he's basically said he paid for, DJ to play his song. He paid for ads. He paid for billboards. And I'm just confused. I'm so confused. If there's only 650,000 people in Baltimore, at least 20,000 ought to know you, right? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Was bigger. Lots of employers left, and so did the people. American Greed gives me legal ideals. I mean, for real though, if you watch American Greed, and I've been saying this for a while, if you watch American Greed and you say, Ericka, I don't know what kind of business to start. This is for real. This is taking me for real. You watch American Greed, you literally can learn step by step how they marketed their business, how they got more business, how they conducted sales, and then where they went wrong. It is a tutorial on business entrepreneurship. I mean, there was one guy, he had boat tours. There was one guy buying boats. Listen, I didn't get the idea from there. I got it from a conference. But there was one guy, I can't remember the exact American Greed show, but what he would do is call banks in the Midwest, in the little nowhere towns. Because I told y'all, them banks in them little nowhere towns got money. And their staff still needs to make loans. So if your staff is in a little nowhere town, and really everybody in town's a farmer, don't make a lot, or everybody in town, it doesn't make a lot of money, you're not going to make a ton of loans, right? You're just not. So when people call you from other cities and other states with a simple business plan and pictures and specs, you approve them for the loan. And I got that before I watched American Greed, but I watched American Greed and it confirmed what I already knew. I knew that was what was going down. That people would call these little nowhere towns, these little nowhere banks. And that's why I tell y'all, when I put together that funding course, I was like, I know this works. I've seen it too many times. So, Baltimore was bigger in the 1970s. Okay. Baltimore metro area is 3 million. I mean, metro versus city. Well, my whole point is if you're supposed to be a rapper, I'm going to put it towards the 650,000 in the tiny, in the city part. I love when people say I'm from Atlanta, then you call them, nah, I live in the suburbs 40 minutes away. You're not in Atlanta, brother. You may work in Atlanta, but you live in Douglasville or wherever you live. You don't live in Atlanta. Stop lying on Atlanta. You don't live there. You live in the suburbs. Same with Baltimore. If you don't live in the city of Baltimore, you live whatever the name of your town is. I'm just very against that. People love being like, I'm from here. Like I tell y'all, my house, it's legally in Austin. The name of the city is Austin, but I'm right at that Pflugerville line, okay? Where I'm building my house is right there at the Pflugerville line, okay? So I don't sit here in line and be like, I live in Austin. No, I don't live downtown, baby. I live right at the line. Yes, years ago, I got my first credit cards from Kentucky and Arkansas. Boom. It's probably small banks out of nowhere, right? And what people don't understand is like, I try to give y'all the game. I try. But what y'all need to pay attention to is, it's I'm not gonna say it's musical chairs right now, but I will say I've noticed how YouTube's acting, and a lot of these sponsors are basically creating social media people, where a lot of people used to, I'm not gonna say her name, but there's several people who used to go, they do JetBlue would like send them off, and then they have a camera guy following them around, and they'd be like, JetBlue sponsored this flight, you know, because JetBlue was trying to market going to the island flights from Charlotte, Florida, and some other, like just trying to get market share. And then now I notice JetBlue doesn't use those girls anymore, even though they're still very popular on Instagram. Even if, and I would say even more, they have their own people that they like. If you go to the JetBlue Instagram, you'll be like, who is this guy? It's some guy JetBlue done hired. Some girls and some guys that they've hired now, and they send them out. So why would JetBlue pay you sponsorship when they can create their own Instagrammers? You know, they can create personalities. They can hire you on staff to go, and if you're a very charismatic person. You know what I mean? Don't hate the player. Don't hate the game. Learn the rules. But that's what's basically happening is it's kind of like there's a change going on. And that's why I want y'all guys to pay attention. Like you see, I'm doing all these events. I'm meeting people in person because the game is changing a little bit. You know, I think YouTube wants to get rid of a lot of people. I think they'd rather have a lot more celebrities on. The whole Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, them on YouTube and Facebook with the Red Table Talk, I think this was just the beginning. This was a test. This was a test to test that theory out, right? Because you can't control Ericka Williams in Austin, Texas. You never know what I'm going to upload. You can't control the little guy that becomes famous out of some other town. But I can control or suggest to a celebrity what I want to see on the platform, correct? Like I can say, hey, celebrity, us YouTube are going to pay you 10 million if you let us record a video a week, you know, of what we want on the platform. Quotation marks. Do you see what I'm saying? So I hope y'all are following that. I didn't mean to make this video long and all the way, but look at look what's happening with these credit cards. People are like losing it, literally, because what we've been teaching people is if you got money, it'll work. Whatever you have, throw money at it. And this is my biggest complaint with Grant Cardone's 10X. A lot of y'all think 10X means throw 10X of the money at it. No. That's not what I mean. What I mean is 10X what you think is going to take to get you there, right? Like so many people call me and they're trying to figure out how can they not hire employees. And I remember, and I've been in this space, I've been in this mental place where I'm like, I really don't want to hire anybody. I was at the Grant Cardone 10X conference. I'm sitting there with Kier and Khalil, Charm City Buyers. And he was like, employees don't cost you anything. You know what I mean? They're buying you time. And two, you know, when you train them right, because people say, what if you train them and they leave? Well, what if you don't train them and they stay? I mean, I really believe the future of work is going to be more flexible, where there's going to be a lot of people that don't come into the office to work. They do their work from wherever their house is. Whoa, thank you somebody for $20 super chat. I cannot read it. Let me park and then I'll read it. But But that's the future of work. That's the future of work. That's the future of how we're going to hire people. That's why when people say, Ericka, why would somebody move out to the Midwest or Detroit or Ohio or any of these places? Because, oh, there ain't no jobs out there. But they're thinking about jobs all wrong. Jobs can be anywhere that laptop is. If you got internet connection, you can have a job anywhere you want to be. And I think y'all keep forgetting that. Is it buffering again? I mean, I'm about to stop. You know, I'm about to cut it off anyway. So just hold yourself. Refresh your page. Hold on. But jobs can be anywhere as long as you have internet connection. And that's what people don't understand. Is like, that's really the future of work, is internet connection wherever you want to be. So I'm getting ready to park. I'm getting ready to turn this off. And I'm going to read some of your comments, and then we're going to roll out. Hold on a second here. Some of my friends, and I want to eat some food with them. So let me see what y'all talking about there. What is that park? Okay, let me see what y'all got. Oh man, thank you uppercase G for the $20 super chat. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm sorry for all the buffering, y'all. Okay, years ago. Okay, I read that. YouTube ain't making any money from what I've been reading. Well, M-Sway, what they're... Okay, so Kiera probably can help me in the chat comments. If you make $1 million this year, and you know the government gonna want 1/3 of that, but if you write off all these things, employees, expenses, and you say, well, government, we really only made like $250. Well, your taxes are completely different. You're talking about a whole new tax bracket. Now, I even told y'all this before. There's a video, and they took it off of YouTube. It's a white guy at a conference saying he wasn't worried about Obama's tax increases because if he needed to, his company made $1 million. But what he will do is he will divide it across 3 companies and say all 4 companies made $250,000. That's why when people sit here and say, oh, Ericka, you know, nobody in America is making money, that's not really true. There's a lot of business owners who are spreading that money across several businesses. It's not a lot of people, but it's several. And that video was very popular. I used it in a lot of teaching tools, but they actually have taken that video down. I've even tried to go back and find the original link for the conference and everything, trying to go find that video. But literally, this white dude, gray hair up there, he just talking all kind of casual. I ain't worried about Obama taxes. I'm just gonna spread the money out. And that's exactly what YouTube's doing. That's what Google's done. That's what Amazon, all these companies, that's all they're doing, is doing a lot of write-offs and then saying these other companies made money. Now, if you read that newspaper article that Donald Trump had over 650 different LLCs and corporations he's on, and one company pays other and other, it's like a domino. It's like a crazy maze of one company paying another. So that's why when people sit here and say, oh, they're not making no money, YouTube's making money, baby. They take 30% of every single super chat we get. And channels who I know right now, they make about $17,000 per live they do. There's a couple couples who have like 2 million followers. They make 10 grand, 5 grand every time they do a live, which they don't do them often. They usually do like the pre-rolled out videos, and YouTube takes 1/3 of that. So YouTube's making money. Don't believe that. Brock says, I laugh when people claim they're from New Orleans, but they live in a trailer in a town down the highway from New Orleans. Damn. That's messed up. It started with Kevin Hart, then The Rock, then it took a level. Yep, Dan, Will. Yep, I'm telling you, Anthony, they are trying to shape it up so that, look at how TV is right now. You have all these movie stars, because Hollywood has shitty movies right now. You have all these movie stars that are in their 30s, 40s, J-Lo, Gabrielle Union, all these people, and they're in TV shows. Why are they in TV shows? Because they're trying to do anything to keep your attention on TV, because TV cable's going downhill, right? Yep, and we will have to pay monthly subscribe price, yeah? YouTube competes with its own content creators. When's the last time we seen a small organic channel trending? Bingo. What I want to know is, how did the guy charge $4 million on Amex without them doing income verification? Somebody at Amex probably lost their job letting a scammer through. He did a series of he used the company's information and the company accounts. Again, like when you sign up with SEO services, I don't know if you were watching the channel at that point. When you sign up with SEO services or social media services, what you end up doing is you give the company access to your credit cards. You give the company access to your passwords, like logins. And what ends up happening is, they can run charges for you. When you hire somebody to do your ads, they can do charges for you. Now, imagine if you worked at a company and there's hundreds of accounts like that. You could spread out $4,000 to $20,000 across of several accounts to get you up to $4 million. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but you could do that. We all know Amex monitors your activity, improves transaction case-on-case basis. Yeah. Don't trust anyone asking for money to start a restaurant, clothing company, car wash, or record company. Every athlete on 30-30 broke. But that's just it. That's just it. Like Herbert Scott, that's why people are like, well, then credit cards is the answer, but that's not even the answer either. Most of these athletes, if they were smart, would just literally sit their money in one or two big apartment complexes with somebody like Grant Cardone. I'd literally call up somebody like Grant Cardone, drop a couple $100K, and then I'd put the rest of the money in like dividend stock. And I know people are like, that's boring, that's stupid, that's slow money. No, it's not. Some of these dividends are paying 8, 9, 10%. If you don't need the money right now, you have to do a different way. Oh, look at Tiffany. Amex approved me for multiple business credit cards. I had to tell them I didn't want any more. It's possible. Ericka, when you have the boat party, I need to introduce me to a nice 10x bidder. Hey, man. Yeah, the boat party's coming. It'll be in first week of August. I'll have the tickets for sale. I mean, it's really mostly for the investors and for you guys here on the channel who support the channel to come to Austin, Texas, have a great time. But homie watch the credit Ty Lopez and pulled $4 million. Nah, he didn't. It's not about the IRS DMV, Pat. It's really not. Like, everybody keeps acting like, oh, the government ought to stop these companies. That's not what it's about. It's not about the government stopping these companies. We live in a system that it's kind of check yourself. Check yourself. Like, make sure you know what I mean? Like, we have enough technology with transaction, credit cards, and debit cards that the government can be like, hey, excuse me, did you not pay us enough taxes? You sitting here with four or five big credit cards, $100,000 credit cards. They know. I may be coming to New Orleans this week. I may be going to DC. There's a lot of different things going on, but I gotta run, you guys. I just had to get that off my chest. Credit is just a tool, baby. It's just a tool. Don't lose your mind out here in these streets. Don't get caught up. Don't get caught. Thank you, Made 5. So anyway, all right, you guys.